I was just gonna say what I would love to hear maybe off camera, what you guys think about Grant Cardone's brand.
No, I think we just do it here. There's no reason to hold back. I mean, because that'd be against our brand, right? So I think the thing that Grant has done exceptionally well has been sort of what we've been talking about this throughout this whole show. He shared his personal life with people at a level that's been completely unrestricted
Mhm.
and to the point where you haven't seen it before. So he had somewhat of a first mover advantage there where he goes out and he'll show everything that he does. And I'll give you a little, exposure into my life. I'm not comfortable showing the things that go on in my personal life from a wealth perspective with the world. And I think that's historically been the case for people that are pretty wealthy. There's things that I'm not going to show in my
Yeah.
personal life that are tied to wealth that it frankly makes me uncomfortable and it kind of grosses me out. Whereas, and it's great that Grant is comfortable enough to do that because it ultimately allowed him to get a ton of people to invest into his syndications.
Yeah.
And that was the real intersection that his wealth exploded because he was willing to go there and not have a filter and show every single thing in his life. For me, that's where we start to shave at my soul and I become less of who I am as a real person. And I'm
Yeah.
not willing to go there and sacrifice that for the extra money. I've already made it. I'm already extremely wealthy and I'm happy where I am. I want to still grow financially. I still want to grow and prosper, but I'm not going to sell my soul. And I'm not saying that Grant sold his soul. He may be completely comfortable where he is and it
Yeah.
may not impact him personally or professionally. I would not be the same human with the same integrity and ethics that I have if I went there. I'm not saying he's a bad person because he did. It's just not for me.
Well, your
No,
brand is not trying to attract you're not your our brand is trying not to attract people who wanna buy Lamborghinis. That's not what our mission is. Our mission is to attract people who are, 20s to 50s trying to get out of the rat race, and that's not the goal is not to buy the Lambo. The goal is to I can stroke a check for the Lambo, but that's not really what I want. His brand is about to be. He's brash and he's a billionaire. That's what his brand is, and I think he's done a fantastic job doing that. And he says some outlandish things at times. He's got amazing products, which sometimes people don't realize. Like his sales trainings and stuff, they provide a ton of value for people, and they don't
yeah.
really. I don't think people see that. And I think I echo Jake's sentiments. I think he's done a
It's
great
personal
job.
exposure. It's
Yeah.
the personal exposure in his private life that I'm not comfortable with. Like that I would not be able to wake up every day and be comfortable living the life that I'm living having that type of personal exposure. I just know intuitively and I've had conversations with my wife about it too in terms of what we're going to share on social, where we're going to go with it. So we're very in
Yeah.
tune with each other and it's just for us, it's just off limits. We just don't want to go there. We're not comfortable with that.
Mhm.
Someone like Grant, he's been able to lever that and do extremely well with it. So hats off to him. It's just, it's again, it's a personal choice and a personal comfort thing where you want to go with this stuff.
No, I
So
love it. I love it. I
yeah,
think so that's the
what are your
Gary V
thoughts?
route, which I love. I mean, and both, that's the idea. Both can be done. Both can be done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I feel comfortable talking about the business stuff and like keeping the personal stuff for my family and my closer associates. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I love it. And he showed you that it can be done and you've done it. So I love it. I mean, I think it's so
What are your thoughts
interesting to
about it
hear.
though? I want to hear more from you. You're the expert here. Come on, tell me. You got to open up now.
You know, I will tell you this. I sent the book out to a ton of people who I put in the book and thank them for things or just said, "Hey, this inspired me. I put you in the book." And I mean, I'm talking a ton of people, and there were about 4 CEOs who wrote personal notes back, and he was one. Before that moment, I
Gary or Grant?
Grant.
Okay.
I was probably a little questionable. You're just not sure what you see. I think that's the piece of the brand that's so different from both of you, which is why I brought him up because you're very, very real. And with Grant, you can't really tell all the time. You're going, I just can't really tell. And now he's doing the thing with his wife where I think it's like their first 10x couples thing. I think I just saw that yesterday. Anyway, long story short, you just aren't really sure. And then there are moments like that where you get a personal note and it's really very kind and you're going, okay, there might be more to this. And it was the next day I'm like, how on earth did this even happen? So I think that there are more moments that he can show where he's calmer, where he could show a different brand that I think more people would buy into. I'm really leery of
Oh,
a big
yes.
boastful brand. And I think he probably has it in him, but he's just not showing it. And that's fine. But that, I think that's the overall opinion. I'm not sure yet. We'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. I'm a big
I'm
fan of
wondering
Gary Vee.
if yeah, I'm wondering if with Grant, the brand and the avatar that he created for who he is absorbed him and he kind of morphed into that, if that makes any sense. Like there's Grant and then there's post Grant, I started marketing myself. And I
Yeah.
almost get the feeling like he became the avatar that he promotes. And I'm wondering if you can get through to the real person anymore at this point. And I don't know him. We had him on the show back in the day, but I
Yeah.
don't know him on a personal level like that. So I just, from following his content over the years, you almost get that feeling. And because it's sort of like this, you keep doing something that's bringing you success, so you kind of lean into it, and like, where's your original self? And again, I'm not, I probably sounds like I'm criticizing the guy. He's absolutely fucking killing it.
Yeah.
Hats off to him for all the success that he's had. But it's just, those are the types of conversations that we've had at my house about the branding and the marketing side of things. So
Yeah. No, it's a huge decision to make. And the fact that you and your wife are doing it is more than most people do, frankly. I think a lot of people make that decision alone, and that's when disaster strikes. So I mean, you're on it. You're absolutely on it.